All right, and we're back with In the Courts of the Lords of Expanse, Part 7. So let's do the recaps. Who wants to recap from their point of view what happened last mission?
Well, it seemed like we had gotten all the clues, we'd done all the investigation, we found that, um, nobody could be trusted, especially the people working at the shipyards, because my character, Zuda, did some late night studying of all their financials and records and everything and found that they were siphoning off a bunch of resources for a super secret project called Project. Name escapes me.
L'Obscur.
Oh, right, the French thing. L'Obscur.
Close. Say it with
Close.
more in the back of your throat.
L'Obscur.
Magnifique.
Like you're just trying to swallow the whole word down your throat at the same time.
There's a reason it rhymes with lobster. Kind of.
And we thought we had them cornered, but then all of a sudden, this guy steps into the room.
Hey, this guy.
This guy.
This guy over here for stepping on the room and whatnot.
Grant?
Yes, Grant. And ostensibly from the New Republic. And he's like, hey, we knew about this deception, and obviously this means now that all the democracy on this planet or system of planets is invalid and corrupt. So we're taking control of everything, and no one's going to have their freedoms assured, or their voices assured until they conduct a new voting that is entirely monitored by us. And we were like, oh, wait a minute. This doesn't seem very Republican or Democratic at all. So we feel like this was some sort of, at least Zuda does, feels like this was some sort of setup for the New Republic to do a giant, grab of a bunch of these systems to, get control over them tighter than they already are.
So the one clarification I'll add is that Octavian Grant and I think Zuda, you were playing with us back in the day when we very first met him on the Hail Republica. Do you remember those missions where we were basically on the the Titanic ship of the New Republic?
Yes.
And
yes, I remember we had some sort of mission that we had to something was happening and we needed to make our way down into the engine room. Oh, this is a while ago.
There was a lot of space Irish people dancing on jigs.
We went to the secondary bridge.
Yes.
And you set charges throughout it.
Yes. I was like, yes, I'm applying my skill set. Everyone else can try to take control of the ship, but then I will be ready to blow it up whenever.
Well, on that same ship is where you first met this person. So that ship was it was sort of like a PR stunt where they brought some of the most famous supporters or representations or figures in the New Republic across the galaxy, and somebody wanted to blow it up because it was an obvious target. One of the people on that cruise was Octavian Grant, the very last Grand Admiral who surrendered to the New Republic, turned in a bunch of information, and was granted amnesty for his war crimes. And he was supposed to live the rest of his days in a sort of secluded exile on a tropical island paradise, sort of like Napoleon However, Katira made. Actually, maybe Katira, you want to explain this next part?
With how Octavian Grant got here.
Yeah, actually, I think this is great because this gives so much backstory for everyone.
So when I first came to the Hill Republica, I was wet behind the ears and believed fully in the New Republic. And I met Octavian Grant, and he was a fine gentleman. He was perfect gentleman, if you don't mind me saying. Much more polite and well spoken than someone as say Carlo Moss, much less mired in slavery at the time. I don't know his past, but at the time, than someone who I trusted and have am working on trusting again, like Bota Z, for example. And it was just a conversation. We just talked, and we became somewhat pen pals over the years. Where I might send him a letter asking for some advice. Uh, let's put it that way. Yeah, I'd ask him for some advice, and then I ran into the Duchess Maldessa Calypso somewhere else. So that whole thing on the Hill Republica, that was it. That's the only time I really saw him. And then I ran into this Duchess from the Tapani sector. We got, hit it off. She's fantastic. Fixed my ship. New Republic wouldn't do a darn thing for me. I mean, don't get me started. And then, you know, I saw this injustice that, the Empire is rampaging around the galaxy, building Star Destroyers, shooting off lasers at places, doing whatever the heck they want. And the New Republic's like, no, 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 we're not going to buy any more starfighters. And that person that just saved, this planet, not going to fix their ship either. They can figure it out for themselves. And I decided to fix the problem for the galaxy. We need a defender. And so, I hired a group of individuals. Well, it wasn't me. Someone hired a group of individuals while I was off to another business. These individuals went, and apparently there was a huge kerfuffle on Rathalay, and Grant disappeared. And I guess that he's been in the Tavani sector because he saved him from the Empire, who the New Republic wasn't going to do a damn thing for. On a side note, just want you to know, New Republic knew the Empire was charging into Tapani space, and they were like, we'll tell our friends, but not anybody else. And so Admiral Grant, great man, shows up, stops the Empire, and that's where we're at. He saved everyone, didn't he?
So a couple of other things, so thank you for that. That was pretty fantastic. So the group was hired to free this person, Grant, from the New Republic, even though they're New Republic agents. Credits talk, but it was also sort of an intriguing mystery to solve. Like, where did this come from? Why are we doing this? Should we be doing this? In the end, we ended up doing it. The thing about Grand Admiral Grant, he was never the most popular of the Grand Admirals. He came from the Tapani sector. So even in the time since, he's like a super celebrity over there. So while the rest of the galaxy, he never really like caught on as a super big celebrity. In the Tapani sector, he's like the biggest thing ever. So it's like how in America, nobody likes, what's that guy named? Robbie Williams? Isn't that singer? Maybe I don't even know his name. Sings that song Millennium. Anyway.
It's Robbie Williams, yeah.
Yeah. But in the UK, he's like a huge deal. He was like, he's just a huge singer over there that everyone knows. Or at least was a household name. So it's someone like that, where he's just like super big celebrity in the Tabani sector. So after he got freed, he talked about how a special Star Destroyer was able to enter through the Tapani sector's defenses, and he was able to take control of that Star Destroyer. And then he was able to somehow figure out that someone on FONDOR, which we all found out was Alard Purdue was putting together the a superstar destroyer called the Eclipse, and he was building it in secret. So does anybody else want to do sort of a recap? And so, okay, but before I do that, the pin in that was he came saying, hey, like, effectively, like, under New Republic law, this is, I don't know who he's been working with, but you're now, basically you have like a terrorist group in the upper echelons of your government saying they're building this superstar destroyer using using the funding that New Republic's paying them to build these Starhawks, and through some sort of law, he's saying that a neighboring territory should be able to administer them. So, yeah, I mean, anybody else here want to give sort of a recap?
Also made friends with Rusty's kids, and as many parents do, we split them apart into the people that were not intelligent enough to stay with Katira and the people that were intelligent enough to stay with Katira.
And what was Jawa Jimmy thinking of this whole time? Junk.
Joe Jimmy fixed Sparky up, right?
Yeah, Jawa was fixing up Sparky and getting him getting their body, the other android ready to go to eventually input Sparky's AI into.
I think look at my notes. It says it was successful, but it just is.
Yeah, it was successful.
So
it's taking forever.
By the time this is over, you're gonna have Sparky 2.0.
Mm-hmm. And then in the middle of once Jawa Jimmy was taking a break, he went to the bar while all this was happening. Yeah. And he's like, he was still at the bar like, hey, can I get a drink? Because I'm tired of fixing robots. Hey, robot, give me a drink. Meanwhile, everything else was happening. Jawa Jimmy is having a drink, completely clueless to what's actually happening. And he's just like...
Yeah, that would be a great image where Jawa Jimmy's just like on his tippy toes trying to order from the bar, while in the background you have Admiral Grant explaining everything he's discovered. So the one last thing I'll tie this all to is that Rim is part of the same house and family as Grant. Now,
oh yeah, he is.
Neither of you are like direct, Massetti people. Like, you don't have that last name, but you're of House Massetti. And the name doesn't necessarily mean that you're the most important people in the house. But both of you are from the same house. You briefly, you met Grant when we, at the very end of breaking him out. But you might have met him before. He recognized you. He knew who you were. So we don't, the rest of the group doesn't quite know the connection, except that they know that you're both of the same house and, same extended family. I'll leave it to you and role-playing in the dice to see how close you were. But I think he described you as his least favorite nephew.
Yeah, but I mean, that's part of Rem's charm.
Yeah. Least favorite nephew does have a certain sense of charm, sure. Okay. So with all that said, let's jump into it. And this is something I said to most of the people here was I put machinations in place because certain things were going to happen. But, for whatever happens here and whomever you choose to save, ally with, or support, that's all up to you all here. And you might not all even agree. Or you might even want to just back out. I'm just sort of, just saying, hey, do whatever you want to do, and I'm not trying to steer the story towards one conclusion or the other. Aside from trying to get you guys into the actual courts of the Lords of Expanse. Although, if Grant gets his way, this could technically be considered a court of the Lords of the Expanse. So, let's see here. All right, so let's set the scene. So Grant has just delivered his explosive narrative. And then several things happen at once inside the diplomatic center. Let's see. Okay, you see the Merlisti, which is this delegate right here. The delegate of the free worlds jump up and start yelling while Uzdak, this individual over here, sort of sits down and calmly, but with his head in his hands. You see the two Tupani nobles that are sitting next to Katira are wearing total, Sobek faces instead of poker faces. Sobek faces. They look cool, calm, collected, not surprised. The guild, the people that are all around Alard, are all standing up, yelling and shouting. Alard is sort of white, angry. Seems like maybe he's got his fist clenched at his side, shaking, his eyes bulging, his fists clenched, like I said. The senator of the New Republic, Pear, he's talking quickly to his aides, signaling for them to do things and then motioning for people to calm down. And this was something that happened, the planetary leader, the person who effectively runs FONDOR, Zare, sort of looks around and then sort of fixes her eyes on Grant and just sort of stares at him. Grant is still sort of standing in the entrance where he paced around and delivered all this information. He does have this sort of aura around him, and he has the sort of nobles that he brought in with him. But he, doesn't necessarily look as smug or, animated as other people here. He just sort of seems like he's said the facts and is sort of, waiting for the natural thing to happen, which is people to respect his authority, probably. It's just the impression you get. He almost looks tired, or if this were an anime, he would say, how troublesome.
That's the impression that I get.
But suddenly the room shakes. The lights flicker. People fall to the floor. Everyone, roll your dexterity. Just your base dexterity, unless you have acrobatics. Wow. You got very dexterous people. And then if somebody could roll for Bota, because it seems like he is
He's running late.
Running late. He has
40
base dexterity as well.
Yeah. 16.
Nice.
Oh, well.
Boom, boom. Oh, can you crit? Can you crit on this?
No, it's just your tribute. But that's okay. But that's still a really high roll.
That's
It's still 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 2 22s, 2 16s, and Jawa Jimmy with an 8. Okay. Jawa Jimmy, you're at the bar. You've got your drink in your hand, and you see the liquid sort of start lifting out of the glass itself, and you feel light on your feet, like you're about to float upwards. You see other people, things start like floating up, and everything starts shaking violently. Everything kind of is blurry for a minute. It goes completely dark, and then a second passes. You're not sure what's happened. Something major has happened, but you're not sure what. All the emergency lights turn on. Now I'm going to go ahead and roll a number of dice here to see who else is standing. Oh no. Okay. Hey, I'm back. Could someone talk?
About your internet?
It was so strong, it knocked out my internet. Okay, let me get it because right now
Big attack, strong attack, tears in its eyes. Nobody?
Tears in the rain. No, I don't. Okay, we're back. Where did I cut off?
You were starting to roll dice. I don't know.
Hey, that's actually a very appropriate time for it to cut out. Okay. I am going to start putting like little symbols next to people. These are people that are knocked out. Oh, look, we have a knocked out symbol. Do you see that?
Oh, nice. Stars.
The Wookiee's knocked out. Interesting. This guy's just a little hurt. He's fine.
That's
Droids are fine.
That one's the planetary leader, right? This lady
Yep.
that's knocked out already. Oh.
She's knocked out. Those guild people are all fine. And these people are just sitting calmly in their seats. They are also fine. I'm going to say these nobles that walked in, which look like a billboard for, here you go. So Rusty is knocked out, since he's not here.
How many fingers does that guy have?
Not enough. They look like giant sausages too. And until Bota gets here, he is also knocked out, even though he rolled well. I'll just put him down as can't hear.
They're ringing in my ears. It just won't stop.
Okay. Okay, so I wanted to do, okay, so let's just go with dexterity rolls. So, 22. Okay. Katira and Katira and Zuda. You two are both on your feet after this faster than almost anyone. Is there anything that either of you want to do? And whoever has an idea first, will just can go first. But you see all this happen. The lights turn back on. You see people sort of knocked out. There's just a huge shake. Some people flew out of their seats and fell onto the ground. Some people sort of seem maybe knocked out by the shock of what's happened. They're not all seasoned adventurers as you. So what do you think Zuda and Katira would do first?
The easiest one is just looking at the Octavian Grant, and then looking at Alard and kind of that group of people to see if they look surprised at all.
They look surprised, but they're all on their feet.
Okay.
Maybe they're surprised it actually happened and not surprised by the action itself.
They're surprised that it actually happened, but not by what happened.
It seems like they're surprised that it happened, but not the action itself, or maybe they were prepared for this, even if they weren't expecting it to happen.
Okay, and then I want to go check on Rusty, and that'll be what Katira does.
Cool. What do you think he does, Zuda?
The word you're looking for is trepidation.
Okay.
Trepidation.
The feeling of fear or agitation about something that may happen.
Or, I suppose, past tense version of trepidation. So they look trepidated.
Trepidated. Yeah, okay. So what would Zuda do though? As someone not a seasoned galactic.
Well, it's probably not Grant that's shooting at us. It's probably the guys that just had their plans uncovered who just started shooting at us.
Well, no one has guns up, and there hasn't been any blasters fired. But everything is...
Yeah, the first thing we need to do is get outside communication as to what is going on. So I need to look towards what would the protocol droids know, or can I get a communicator out to who do we have outside on the planet? Or no, Bota's out. I need to get to Bota and get him to get a call up to the our ship to find out what's going on.
But there's other people on the ship.
Yes. Do I know their number?
Yeah.
That's right. I stayed on the ship.
Yeah, you stayed on the ship. You've worked for the New Republic Bounty Hunters Guild. You actually probably know... Oh, actually, but this is not the New Republic Bounty Hunters Guild ship. This is Bota's ship, which is piloted mainly by those aliens. the squid aliens. So you can definitely contact the ship. I'm trying to think, does he have anybody on his ship that is... he's got some of these non-aliens on his ship. He has to. So the main pilots he has on the ship are these 4 foot tall, they look like beetles with, if a beetle's whole body was just the head of this alien, on a body of a halfling. Oh, did I lose you? I'm worried now.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, every time I hear noise now, I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, so
I was going to say, yes. So I'll
aliens.
call up to them and try to get a situation what's going on. Like, hey, what's going on up there? We're being fired upon. Or is there a ship firing on the what is this meeting place building called?
let's call it the this. I was saying the diplomatic building, but we can call it the Fondor United Guilds, the Fug building.
Oh, Fug. Who's firing on the Fug building?
Okay, so as soon as you turn on your communication, all static. Something is jamming everything.
A sign of war.
You know, I hate being jammed. So we'll say that's like you turn on your comm and start talking, then realize you're being jammed. You're just hearing static.
Yep.
But you can still do something, like if you wanted to move or run towards somewhere.
I will start moving towards Bota. I can see that he is on the ground and is not conscious.
Okay, so
He's
How
not
did that-
conscious.
Come on.
He's just.
oh,
Oh, there he is.
What was the
just
noise you
deaf.
heard?
Missed the first hour of the mission and I'm already on the ground unconscious.
Yeah, well, I gave you the deaf symbol instead of knocked out, so
Oh boy.
you're just your ears are just unconscious to the world.
There's a ringing in your ears.
Okay. You could tell someone was talking about me.
So when did you? Okay, so you're just coming to. This is the perfect time for you to join.
Yeah.
Basically, all that's happened for Bota is he's heard Grant's explanation, looked around, everyone started shouting, and then there's violent shaking, power cycles, the lights go out. Some people and some items seem to sort of float for a minute. Then there's huge shaking. Some people pass out. The emergency lights turn on, and you're here, sort of. Yeah, that's just sort of what's happened. And so let's do.
So wait. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, just to recap, because the way I finished this last time, mission wise, we were coming into a meeting with a couple different people in the government regarding the negotiation of bringing the free trade together, right? And someone entered the room. It was a general, and he
An
said,
admiral.
"I'm taking control." Admiral, sorry, I misranked him. I'm taking control of this place now because basically it's a, I don't know, I would liken it to a coup, so to speak. And so now we're on a ship. Is that what you
Nothing
said?
a
Sorry.
coup. He's a good guy.
It depends on your point of view, but Grant has uncovered he has uncovered the fact that the master of the shipyards on Fondor has been secretly using New Republic funds to rebuild or to finish building the Eclipse Superstar Destroyer. And so he's saying that they are committing treason against the New Republic, and
Oh, that's right. Okay.
and
So that gives him authority basically to take control.
Yeah, he's saying that according to some New Republic law, he has the New Republic has the authority to punish their government by basically disbanding it and then watching over until a new government can be elected. And then as he says this, everyone starts shouting, and then the room shakes. All those things happen, and you see Katira run over to Rusty, and Zuda runs over towards you. And let's see.
Go.
And so now it's what would it be? It's Rem's Right, Rim, you got a 16.
Oh yeah, it did.
Rem and Bota, did you?
Rim and Bota, you've just seen that. What would you, either of you two do? It
So,
look-
question:
Yep.
Did Rem spill his drink?
Uh,
What do I need to roll?
roll dexterity.
Oh, it's a dex again.
There's the dexterity for not falling over, and then there's not dexterity to keep your drink while you're not falling over.
That was more of a hand-eye coordination kind of thing.
13. You know what? That's moderate. Some of the drink sort of floats out of it, and then you move the drink around
Nobody
as
makes
everything's
makes
shaking,
me spill my drink.
and you recapture the drink.
Nice. Okay.
Every drop.
Nice. Then I take a sip of my drink.
Where do you want Rim to be in the room, in case things break out? What ended up happening last time was, if you zoom out, you can see to the bottom right, you have Alard, who is there with guild leaders and representing the guild's different guild interests on the planet. Bottom left, you see the New Republic senator and his aides. That's also where the planetary leader was. Top left, you see the League of Free Worlds delegates, who originally called this the summit to ally with the Tapani, which they decided to do at the at the penultimate moment of the gala. And then top right, you have the Tapani, and then through the sort of top area, I guess the northmost entryway, Grant walks in. And then Jawa Jimmy's over here. This is the bar.
All right. Let's see. So I think Rem would definitely be kind of in the Tapani area, but he would definitely want to be visible to Octavian Grant as a hey, look at me. I'm not taking this seriously. I'm drinking. You suck. I hate you. Kind of thing. Why you gotta be uptight all the time?
All right.
Kind of rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Made him happier that Rem was passed out when Katira got those credits.
Well, let's. I'll put you on.
He's the
here.
hero, Rem.
Oh, I gotta update your picture. But here you go. Feel free to put yourself. Can you control yourself? Yes, you should be able to.
Oh yeah.
Can you control yourself? Just for 1 minute. Can you control yourself, Bowen?
I don't know. I've had a lot of booze. No, I'm trying to sit in this chair. Let me sit. I'll sit in this chair. Oh, and the other thing I would have tried to have done is introduce Katira to everybody. Like Octavian, this is Katira. Because we got that's part of the loan deal. I'm trying to sell everyone on her.
As
It's like,
he's
hey,
giving his thing.
if you need a
over
righteous warrior, look no further.
Love it. Okay, Bota, what do you want to do? Bota, what do want to do? You've
I
heard
think
this.
I feel like when I was in the room, I was like almost the closest to the entry point that he came into.
Yep.
Because I was just talking to the Orca guy right before he started on his conversation.
Yeah.
Which
Who's that?
So I probably.
I mean, you're right next to him in the map right here. So.
Does he have armed guards flanking him?
No, these are just a bunch of high-ranking Tapani folks, and they seem to be knocked out, and he was knocked down himself, but he's, not unconscious. He's just a little hurt. It looks like.
Off of this main vestibule, is there any kind of little conference rooms that I can see? like a breakout session room?
Yeah, definitely. There are. I mean, there's. I know this map's a little funky. You can
I
leave
think what I
here.
would do is I'd probably find the nearest like breakout room and try to like almost like like Secret Service cover him, like lift him up to his feet basically, but like basically look like I'm gonna try to give him cover and get him into that room.
Okay.
But just he and I, like I'm not trying to like bring any of his other co-conspirators with him or anything.
Okay. So you could move him past and go back out this way, or if you wanted to just, I don't know how far you get. This is also nice.
I'm not
Or if
these
these
mine
this up here would be like a place where people would sit and watch things.
a little up yet.
So if you wanted to hide him up here, you could do that.
Yeah. Any place that I could get him away from like the rest of the crowd where I could basically be able to have a conversation in private, or at least be able to control the situation more.
Yeah, I think if you moved him up here, you could probably have a whispered conversation that other people wouldn't hear.
Okay.
Okay, and he's not really going to resist. You remember him, and he remembers you. Right, because you freed him from his island paradise prison.
I freed you so you could come face this instead.
Okay, so like up here.
Is he conscious enough to speak?
Oh yeah, he's fine. He's
like coherently, or is he just kind of like
he's like let's see what happened.
still dazed and confused?
No, let's see.
He's dazed and confused.
He just got the wind knocked out of him. Ugh. I hate this map sometimes.
That is, yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, I keep thinking the internet's gonna die again. I'm gonna have to edit that out of the video. It's a fun 2 minutes of dead air for our 6 listeners, which is mainly just me twice and David 3 times, and then that's only 5. But all right, let me.
And then our one fan.
Our one fan.
I'm your biggest fan.
All right, it's messaged. And then Jimmy, what would Jimmy do while we wait for Luke to come back?
I think Jimmy would be one, startled. He just got his drink after being on his tippy toes, and it started spilling everywhere. Obviously, for the fact that it was, everything was shaking around. You did see various diplomats that are now unconscious.
I said
I think
stirred, not shaken.
Also, this is wine. Why are you shaking my wine?
Jimmy is in a unique position in that he saw that his drink lifted up out of his glass to indicate that this might not be a laser attack, but more like some sort of gravity fluctuation thing.
I feel like Joe and Jimmy would be in the moment like, my cocktail. My drink.
Someone's trying to steal my cocktail.
That's my junk.
That said, he isn't so heartless. I think he would have noticed at least some of the dignitaries being unconscious over here and knocked out. Joe and Jimmy actually having first aid would actually try to apply first aid to this lady right here. You're like, whoa, what the heck happened? You all right? And just try to get them to be awake, or at least resuscitate them if they are in any kind of injury. So, not sure if I have to roll a medic for that or to get them to be unconscious.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's see, is it 5d6? Is that his medical? First aid, yeah, 5d6. Oh, man, it's special. Let's see.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay, 21.
Okay. Okay. So she sort of lets out a low moan. Her eyes sort of open, and then she goes, "Ugh, you're not what I expected to see."
Good morning to you, sunshine.
She sort of sits up as she's sort of coming to her own wits.
Joe Jimmy's like, would you like a drink?
Well, I just rolled to see her reaction, and I was like, is she going to freak out if she sees Jawa Jimmy's glowing face above her? Cool. Luke, are you back? Now we'll never know what Luke was going to ask Grant.
Will you marry me?
Well, that does sound like something Bota would say.
I think I've always loved you. Oh man, I screwed up.
What happened?
I should definitely have made sure that all my my new kids that are following me around are
Did
you
you
know,
bring all the
really
kids
fast.
here?
well. Last mission that we don't no probably not. I mean, I said last mission that Katira would have one of the kids make sure that her drink was always full, but no, unlike Rusty, she would not just bring the kids everywhere with her.
I don't think they would have let you bring the kids in, to be honest. You're like, these aren't your kids. There's no evidence.
Sure they are.
They don't.
They're not kids. They're servants.
And even if they were your kids, no.
All right, Bota, you're back. What did you want to ask Grant? Or what did you want to talk to him about? Or is there not a specific thing? You just wanted to start having a conversation?
So, sorry. I got cut off, but he's reacting to the effects of a concussion grenade.
Nope. Everything just shook.
Why is he knocked out?
Well, everything violently shook a couple of times, and then
Okay.
lights turned off, and all that happened.
Got
some
it.
people
Okay.
fell to the floor, or tripped, or knocked. Like, it was a pretty big thing that happened. But I was saying, like, you guys are all seasoned adventurers.
Felt like an earthquake though.
Like a
Something
really
like
big,
that.
really big earthquake.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of like pull off to the side and say, I think your end game here has been foiled. Might want to get back and regroup and discuss how this is going down, because it's not going to look really good either way. You coming out on top.
Okay, if you want to try to persuade him to leave, is that what you're?
I'm going to try to persuade him that this is not going to go the way he thinks it's going to go.
Okay, go ahead and roll your persuasion.
I think that's an 8, right? Sorry. Again, I have to get to my computer to firing up right now.
You're 8. It's 8. It's 8 for Bota.
Can someone do another roll for me?
Macro says there's a couple ones in there. 22.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I know persuasion you don't necessarily roll like a you don't roll like a opposing persuasion. But okay,
You roll
but
willpower usually.
But Grant Grant looks at you and says, "Oh no, this is going exactly to plan. Look at him self-destruct."
So he's creating his own diversion. All right. Well, that's good to know.
All right, so Alard says,
I'm gonna calm the rest of the team. Let them know, like, hey, this is all part of the plan, guys. So, be prepared for more to come.
okay, so here's actually something we could talk about in Star Wars technology. Who knows? If comms are being jammed, would they also be jammed internally? Oh, let's say calls are being jammed. I guess all of the comms are out actually. I think I just
Yeah,
talked
probably.
myself into a solution.
Yeah.
So if you
So
try
I'd have
turn
to
your
basically just
comms-
shout it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep it to myself then.
All right. So Alard sort of sees what's happened and says, "I didn't want it to come to this, but I'm using the power of our shipyards to project a tractor beam and hold us in in I wrote high orbit, but really he just means like lifted you all up off of this part of the building off the ground, and says, this is delicately balanced. Any challenges to me or changes to the tractor beam that's being projected could destroy this building and all of us in it." And he sort of looks around for any responses. Is he going to find any?
Sorry. Any changes in? Say that again.
Any changes
Basically saying if we do anything, he's going to drop us out of the sky.
or challenges?
You can-
He's saying this is delicately balanced. Any challenges or changes, basically to the tractor beam. He's saying, try to tractor beam somewhere else, could destroy it. Any challenges or changes could destroy this building. But he's waiting. He's giving a beat. He's waiting a beat to see if anyone says anything.
Does Octavian Grant look, I don't know, composed for lack of a better term? Like he's fine with all of it?
You look over and him and Bota are up a little bit where people would sit in sort of the corner. And Grant seems to be like slowly nodding, but in more of a knowing, yeah, you're doing it type way. And Grant whispers to Bota, "See, he's imploding."
With him looking calm, I want to I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but they're right there. Katira will just take a moment to see if she can maybe pickpocket a Tefani Noble.
Okay. Roll your pickpocket. And which one are you trying for?
Probably
Or
the
Vaihuru?
dude.
Oh, over there.
No, these like actual like high Tepani delegates, like because they're knocked out, right? They're unconscious.
Yeah, they're unconscious.
And kind of like looking, Katira does not really know medical aid very well, so it's just like looking like she's trying to like pretend like, all right, are they all right? Like, but seeing Grant like kind of in control, she's like, well, I guess I can get to some other work, and like I guess I'm not too worried about this if he's got it planned for. And so she'll try and like look like she's trying to see if there's anything she can do to help this guy kind of wake up. And she might even like afterwards like kind of like shake him like, "Are you okay? Like, can I help you?" That's a 29.
Okay, which pocket were you going for? He has 2 pockets on the side, obviously. None in the back. And he has a breast pocket.
His breast pocket's probably got like his items. His front right pocket, like his dominant hand side, where he might hold something.
Okay. So what you see in that, there's looks like a small clip of like identification things that he might use and pull out. And he also has a what you would assume to be a light foil.
I'll grab it. And like like I presume we didn't bring a bunch of weapons in here, right?
No weapons are allowed.
Yeah, oh right. Yeah, so yeah, having something's better than having nothing. So yeah. And then try and shake him awake.
Okay. So you're just shaking him awake? Shake awake.
Shake and wake.
Shake him awake, baby.
Alright, I guess I'll just
You got to take him before you wake him.
I mean, it's not gonna. He doesn't do anything. He needs a med pack or something.
Yep. Well,
Okay. All right. Okay. So Grant says, or not Grant. Alard says. And if anybody is having any other thoughts, I've also set a bomb on this building.
you get
In anticipation of negotiations?
some kind of a Mexican standoff here, or I don't know the space equivalent of Mexican.
I mean, I admire your thoroughness, but come on.
If that wasn't enough, there's more.
So you're telling me you're appropriating New Republic funds for yourself to build a Star Destroyer, and you bombed the meeting with the free world as a whole and set a ship to tractor beam us into space if anything went slightly sideways?
And that's what you say to Alard?
Yeah, just like this. What is your end game here? Like, you can't walk out of this building right now.
Right. And
You went from like kind of incriminated to super incriminated.
I don't intend to walk out of this building at all. Okay. The person who... Okay. Rob, I want you to roll a con.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Rock and roll.
wait, what am I conning them about?
You're not.
Did I admire their tenacity?
But you were the one.
Their
Yeah,
thoroughness.
you were the one that called him on his. Like, this is crazy.
Crazy.
Con is perception?
It sure is.
All right, base perception.
Yep. Seems like.
Not great.
Yeah. Well, all checks out here.
We're all fine here. How are you?
All right. So Alard says, "I want you all up to the atrium and into the escape pods."
You put bumps on those too?
He gives you a nasty look.
Are the drinks bombed?
Only if you order.
Jimmy, pour it out.
You can't say bombs on a floating building.
Only if you order
But-
a culturally insensitive named drink. Starts with Irish.
The bomb.
My Alderanian accent is really probably very dangerous.
Yeah. Only if you ordered the Alderanian planet bomb. All right. So he sort of moves out, and these droids start moving out, and as he does that, a couple of the oh man, I made everything, sticking. I've really committed to the theme and colors of this purple FONDOR planet, but now everything blends in, so you can't see anything. Like, hold on, let's see if I can. Yeah, see, now I have to call them out. Okay, a couple battle droids are now coming into the room.
Wait, from the ambush rooms? I knew there was ambush rooms here.
Oh man, he did say something about ambush rooms. I really feel like I should have listened to him.
And Rim's like, have you met Katira?
To the droids?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sounds about right.
All right. So people are gonna start. They're gonna start moving towards people to try to get them to go. Actually, they want them to sort of go through these doors so they can go up to the atrium. So there's a level above this floor that has escape pods on the ceiling. And he wants everyone to go there and evacuate this building. Is anyone gonna? Are you guys all gonna go along with it, or do you want to do anything?
Jawa Jimmy's gonna keep helping people that he sees are knocked out, like this whale bro over here.
Okay.
Or dolphin man? Orca man? I can't tell what that character is.
Orca bro.
Orca bro.
That's the term.
Technical term.
That's his name.
That's what Uzdak means. I didn't know if you know this, but Uzdak is a palindrome for Orca bro.
A 10 on a first aid. Oh, that is not great. On a 5d6.
Don't put the med pack in my blowhole. That's not my blowhole.
Joe Jamie's not familiar with orca body.
But very familiar with blowholes.
Oh.
I mean, he's not seriously injured. But you didn't make him feel too
Not
good.
anymore, but he will be. I'll help that.
I just picture like everyone's like, what is this Jawa doing? Like doing first aid? Like, are Jawas good at first aid? And they see like Jawa Jamie just trying his hardest.
He's already dead.
He's just wailing on that guy.
Dun-dun-dun.
Let's go to the top then. So, Katira, what do you want to do next? And Rob, what do you want to do next? You two are at the top.
I was gonna move towards Bota. I'd be like, all right, what's the call? Because Katira's here and Rusty's on the floor. I'm like, maybe me and Rusty could take a battle droid on a good day, but not 6, not without weapons.
Yeah, you've got 4 B2 battle droids, no weapons. And you've got at least 1 security droid over here.
Do you want to lay low to see how this plays out, or do you want to try to tackle someone at the last minute?
And you're asking Bota.
Yes. Oh, did he take off already?
Bota can't hear you. His ears are not working, remember?
See,
Oh.
this thing became prophetic. Oh, And give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
That's so unkind.
I'll be right back, but feel free to discuss amongst yourselves.
All right, I guess I would be asking Grant next.
No,
Like,
but
all right, you idiot.
look here.
You sprung all this to happen.
So are you thinking that Grant is going to tell him to stop his plan?
Huh. Well, okay, let's think of the possibilities here. So either he's going to either load us all into escape pods and then he's going to escape himself. I don't know if
Or he
he's
just
going
wants
to.
us out of his hair. I mean, I think that this thing's going to eventually dock with some ship, and he's just going to walk across the, an airlocked into the bridge of some other ship. Don't you think?
Yeah.
That's possible.
He says, he doesn't intend to leave eventually. I would imagine if this thing's levitating, he's just going to tractor beam right up into whatever he's doing.
Are we letting him go, or hopefully we track him down later, or are we going to try to are we going to try to take him down now?
How many things are there? How many droids are there?
There are 4 battle droids and 1 of the big Imperial droids.
Are these? I've never fought these, so is this like a concern?
It would be pretty difficult to take them down with bare hands, especially the big Imperial droid.
Okay.
Yeah, with
Bota
no
doesn't
weapons, it
have
definitely
like
changes the story.
800D to physical combat or something.
Kung Fu.
Yeah.
We need a really good droid programming repair person to just deactivate them all at once.
Oh yeah, can't Jawa Jimmy do that stuff?
That's why we bring him along.
That's what I thought.
Jawa Jimmy can hack non-active droids that are trying to murder him.
He can hack. He's such a hack.
Hey, Jimmy, see those robots coming? Uh-huh. Yeah, I want you to hack them while they're still active and shooting you. I don't think it works that way.
Just go out there and create a diversion, Jimmy.
Yeah, can't we just divert their attention and then you just sneak up behind them and hack them? I mean,
Gotcha.
I don't understand.
Sneak up behind him and push the red button.
I don't understand why this won't work.
Why are we even having this conversation right now?
Yeah, come on, Jimmy.
Yeah, why are these droids still around? Jeez, Jimmy, slack it off.
As Jawa Jimmy's trying to resuscitate this whale bro.
Oh, that was a waste of time.
All right, I'm back. What? All I heard was resuscitating the whale, bro.
Oh, you resuscitate that whale, bro.
Instead of battle, right?
Oh, we're losing you.
We were joking if Jawa Jimmy could somehow hack the droids, and instead it's like, Jawa Jimmy, distract him, and then hack him somehow. Do both.
Oh, I know. Meanwhile, Jimmy's also doing this.
Resuscitating the whale bro.
I guess we don't have a choice other than to go along with it.
I think that's the route I think we should go.
You pick up Rusty here, since he's out, and take him along with us.
Okay. All right. Let's see who is knocked out still. the Wookiee, the Merlisti, 3 Tapani people that walked in. 1, 2. Okay, so he starts rounding people up to go up to the atrium. And Grant stands up and walks out and says, "No, you no longer have the authority to direct anybody on this planet."
Um,
Dun dun dun.
Look at the pattern on this guy.
That guy's got moxie.
All right, so he's gonna walk over to him and all right.
Walks right over there too.
Let me just roll a couple of dice here. All right.
Oh yeah.
Perdiao tries to slap Grand Admiral Thrawn. Or Thrawn. Uh-oh. That would be wild.
Grand Admiral Grant.
What a twist. Grant Admiral Grand, yeah, as he likes to be called. So he tries to slap him. Grant grabs his arm and flips him on his back.
Ooh.
Does anybody want to do anything? I consider that a round.
Yeah, I move towards, I guess, so Zuda's got him. I'll start moving. I guess I gotta measure. I figure this is my goal was to kind of move towards the bottom left corner, opposite everything right now. Kind of looking like, oh, I'm gonna help somebody move.
Look at me helping people. Oh, actually, here's the thing.
I can help people.
So there's no weapons allowed, but they don't check. Like, none of these things check for lightsabers. Do you have your lightsaber? And Jimmy, did you bring your lightsaber?
I mean, I would have brought my light foil
No. Oh, for sure.
in case I needed to duel someone.
Jawa Jimmy would always carry it with him unless he got someone would actually try to steal it. But yeah, he'd still carry it.
Okay.
Jawa Jimmy's still packing.
Yeah.
I want that.
In the meantime,
I want that on a mug.
In the meantime, after he tries to say, "Well, bro," he's gonna go to the other character over here and try to resuscitate him as well.
The Wookiee?
Yeah, the Wookiee.
All right, go ahead and roll your first aid as well.
Much better. 18. There we go. I'm familiar with this anatomy. I've seen you before.
Okay. All right. The Wookiee comes to and lets out a roar noise. So, much better resuscitating the Wookiee than Whale Bro.
No blowholes to worry about on that one.
Well,
Just couldn't stop looking at it.
if you can find it under all that fur.
What giant gasp.
With the kind of the night in between, Katira would have tried to would have taken a look at this lightsaber hilt. Does it turn on? Is there anything? Is it just a hilt that doesn't turn on at all?
I mean, lightsaber, light foil. It'll. There's a button to activate it. Do you want to turn it on?
The hilt from Death Stick.
Oh, from Death Stick. Yeah, they're. Katira is just collecting these at this point. Yeah, there is a button to activate it.
And I mean, so like, well, we don't have to we don't have to reverse it all. So she would keep that with her, and then the beginning, her lightsaber, and then other than that, I guess now she's got a light foil in addition to that. But yeah,
All right, I'm back. So sorry. It's been raining for days here, so I guess the internet decided to act up tonight. Sorry, I'm back. So okay, you decided not to turn anything on? Okay, what would you like to do? Okay. Okay, this person has a satchel and two front pockets and two back pockets. Which do you want to look into? Okay. In the satchel, there are a couple of data pads, and there looks like there is, when real fancy wine comes in like a wooden box. There's one of those. Okay, roll your perception. Yeah, I think so. It feels really. It feels heavy for wine, but it does have a wine label on the outside, so. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little less. It's probably less. It's just wine. I don't know. It just feels heavier than wine. Heavier than you're expecting. Cool. Zuda, what do you want to do? Yep, and Grant just flipped the guy. You bet against me? Okay. Okay. He's down on the ground. Go ahead and roll Don't really have to grapple him. He's already there. Let's see. Roll. Rotating martial arts 27. Yeah, you got him. Roll your strength too. Roll your 40 plus 1 strength. Nice. Yeah, okay. I mean, you've got him. Okay, as you grab him, he goes, What did I tell you guys? I got a bomb. Actually, that's so Zuda. That's so Zuda. Okay, Rim. Do you want to do anything? I feel like it's Rim and maybe Jawa Jimmy's turn again. I mean, it might happen now that you guys have Alard down on the ground. You can You want to take out your light foil and put it to Alard's neck? Okay. Are you going to say that to him? Okay, roll your intimidation. If you don't have that, it's just your knowledge. You'll get a bonus because you're holding a light foil to his throat. So you 3D plus 1. $16 is a difficult roll. All right, he says, fine, but we'll never get out of here alive. And the droids stop moving. As this happens, the other guild people are starting to these 3 people are running over. This person's sort of moving over this way. No one's directly attacking because it looks like you guys may try to kill this guy. Okay. So the senator is going to come over to Katira and says, "Here, I have schematics to this building. There's a reason we wanted to keep you all on this planet." Oh, I didn't even show you this. Look at this. I could have just showed you this. Well, that's what it looks like from the outside. All right, so here's an outline. But Katira, did you get what Pear was throwing down? He was worried something bad was happening, and wanted to make sure people were stuck on this planet. All right, so this atrium, Executive Suites, this is where Alard wanted to take you. This is the diplomatic hall where you all are assembled. Below that is the residential and guest quarters, alongside like a communal area. Think like a food court and shopping things and other things. Offices along here. These weird ridgy things on the side are signal towers. And below that is the power core. I'm not going to make you guys roll because you know certain things. These signal towers could be controlled somewhere in the offices. They're probably what's blocking your call. Somebody or something must have had to have accessed that to turn on these towers to jam the comm links. Power core sort of controls most of the functionality of everything here. And again, executive suites at the top do have escape pods there as well. So Pear gives this information to Katira. So you don't have to do anything. I mean, you could do other things, but at least you know the layout now. What I'll do is I'll just post it in the channel if you want to refer to it, and then move you back to the map. I mean, Jawa Jimmy can walk up to a droid and try to plug into it, sure. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you're in a here, I'm just gonna put this in general. Slip it into it, Jawa Jimmy. Slower. I mean, you're right there, so yeah, I would say you could hear it. All right. Go ahead and roll. Whoa, and roll that special again. All right. So he gets up and goes, he goes, where is he? So he's fully healed and ready to go. He reaches into his satchel. And then goes, what? He says, Hoobastank. Which is a curse in his people's language. Hoobastank. He says, someone took it, I lost it. He's reaching in there for something. You could ask him. It's, something that give me some payback. Yes? Yes, payback. Sweet, sweet payback. And then he makes motions as if he wants to choke somebody. Whalebro says, he's an economist. I don't know what's got into him. I love that you could be like, do people remember like going into like late night restaurants and then someone would hand like a card to people being like, I am deaf and I need you to give me money. Do you remember? Yeah, I remember like getting a late night burrito in San Francisco and you get a card saying like, I am deaf and can't find a job. Please give me money. I wish it said that. No, it was like, just buy me a burrito. I can't eat. The only thing that will cure my deafness is carne asada. Cilantro makes the deafness worse. But this feels like Jimmy just walking around like, I healed you, please. Please give me money. I'm running out. They cost 5 credits. Please. Let's see who was next. Go back to Zuda. Yeah, he walks over here and says, I expect your surrender to these 3 people. And across the... Grant does, to these guild people that are sort of rushing over. So across the room, the leader of the planet says, hold your tongue, Grant. They are Fondorians, and this is still Fondor, and I lead Fondor. For now, at least. What we need to do is focus on this bomb. Just gonna sort of start walking over shakily. Looks down at Whalebro, looks down at the Wookiee, looks down at the Merlisti. You've left a trail of healed bodies in your wake, little one. What she says to you. Yeah. Just the tips. Okay. Let's see, who else would do anything? These two people would sort of rush behind Grant. This person's gonna. This droid is called off, not doing anything. This woman sort of hides out over here. These two. Let's say one of the aides goes to help, and this aide's sort of following along behind. Okay, Bota, what would you do? So I will say there are definitely other people in this building. The executive suites were probably where some of these people were staying, and that's also where the escape pods are and where he was trying to get people to go. So let's say we just flash through some of these real quick. I'm not going to show you any of the people on it, but you can see sort of here's the executive suite area. The top, the purple things are they would shoot up in the air. Those would be the escape pods. There's limited mobility or control, but you could control it a little bit. You have a signal room where you can control the different signals. You have a power core. And something's wrong with this one, but you do have offices and other places to visit. If you wanted to. You don't have to do anything. But those are, if you look at the map, those are sort of correspondent areas. The tractor beam is coming from the shipyards themselves, so you could be pulling into the docks internal. Like they've got huge docks that could suck up the entire building. Big fatty docks. What's Big Boy's rap nickname? Big Daddy Fat Sacks? Maybe it's like Big Docky Fat Docks? Yep. Yep. Kill him? Yeah. You get a bonus, even though it's a 17 and you rolled a 1 on your special, because you are effectively choking him right now, and he feels your big burly Rhodian arms around him. He goes, down at the power core. It's the biggest and best one made in FONDOR. Baby. Yeah. Best FONDOR estimate. Feels like my neck. When all this is over, I'm firing the other Rhodian I've hired. Yes, that's right. I could be full-blown racist now. How much of this is happening and how much of this is a fever dream of Alard? Who knows? All right, so he said that the bomb is in the power core in the lower levels. Someone hold him. Nope. All right, I think Rob and I need... All right, I'll be right back. Back. You can open up that box? He turned them... He told them not to engage, so they're just watching. This is why Wu-Tang said, protect your neck. All right, so it sounds like Rob's going to go down to defuse the bomb. And the party might split up a little bit. Or maybe not. Maybe. What do you guys want to do? You know what's funny? I think you're the only one even qualified to be in here. Well, I don't know. Maybe like everyone else is sort of like remotely or tangentially related. You're the only one that's like, yeah, I should be here as an ambassador. So. Well, it's playing that way. Mm-hmm. Just Rob. What did he say earlier? That he always thought that's how he's going out? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you're going to put them in binders. No problem. Sorry, go over that one more time. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So put them in binders. You leave them with other people to watch them. You move over to. Whoops. So this is literally just like a minute up the stairs. So you're right there. So roll perception. Let's see if there's anybody out here. I say roll. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's all up here. What have I been calling it? The atrium? I went through a couple of ideas for this. There is a blaster pistol in there. Are you sure it's a blaster pistol? An 8. You see like a little flash of gold, and you see a little droid hide somewhere, but that's all you see. You don't see any individuals up here. Yeah, this is it. This is the top floor, and there's rooms attached to this. Yep. Yeah, you can do 2 different ways to do this. You can do perception, just sort of looking over things, or you could do technical and run some sort of like scan on it. Okay. Oops, what did you get there? 10? No, they look fine. They're programmed to grow straight up, though. It's kind of all you notice. Right, and yeah, each one can take like 8 people. Okay. You can do that. You're not gonna put anything in it? You're just gonna launch it? Okay. You launch it. It disappears in the ceiling, and I guess you could go over to the window over like here and try to look up and see it. And it just seems like it just keeps going. I'm glad nobody was saved. And now we only have 3. Wait, what are you saying? Are there players? Let's see. Roll your persuasion. I want to see how persuaded he is to maybe let you into the inner workings of his, I don't know, plan. Are you trying to seduce him? Okay. He says, let's see. Hey, no, he says, I think we've done what we needed to do. And, like I said earlier, I appreciate that I can trust that you'd be on my side when it matters. All right. Katira's like, well, if it came to that. Con against, it's a con versus con. A con man knows a con man. Cut to 20 minutes later. They're all dead. Oh, damn it. Why did I even defuse the bomb? Okay, so Zuda, you're going down the turbo lift to directly to the control room, the power core at the bottom. Okay. Bota, are you gonna? Oh no, you're coming back down from the top level. Jawa, Jimmy, Rem, do you want to do anything or see how this plays out? You got it. You're gonna go back to Whaleboro? He's still a little rough around the blowhole, but he's okay. It's a common phrase. Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. Okay. Cool. Go ahead and roll for that. It's not bad. He's, yeah, he's resuscitated. He sort of wakes up for a second, closes his eyes again, and then he starts snoring. So he's okay. Unless you're in his dreams. I don't know. That's the thing. You could roll 66 to see how tricky your tricks are. Hey. Pretty tricky. Hey, it got very difficult. Yeah, so you're looking... Wait, so you just handed him a blaster at this diplomatic gala and you just started doing tricks with it? Okay, well, one of these, as you're doing these... Wait, where is Rem? As you're doing these pretty fancy tricks, how... this woman comes over and says, and tries to stop you from twirling it around. And says, "Please stop brandishing a blaster at this diplomatic gala. I know it's not gone the way we expected to, but let's keep a little decorum." But it feels very someone who plays by all the rules, more interested in decorum than reality. I mean, she's of your house too, so maybe she's judging you because of your reputation. What? Okay. Why'd you say it so slowly? Nothing. Okay. Yeah. No, I just didn't know where you're sliding it at first. She looks over and does a approving nod. And try to remember if you're related. She has a similar last name. Or is it? Okay. And now the one man. Yeah, the one man who's going to, who holds everything in his hands, and who could single-handedly blow everything up if he wanted to. Zuda Zorbo, you get out of the turbo lift, and you were down in the power core. This should be a place that's guarded or have some sort of security. Nothing. Stands to figure that, hey, maybe the battle droids who are down here protecting this are the ones up there. But you can approach the power core. There's not really much else down here. Roll, if you go to like a panel. Yep. Absolutely you can. You have a specialty. You like seeing things, you like making explosives. You like blowing things up. But the thing that you're the best at is walls. As is your specialty. I feel like Zuda Zorba would have a tattoo that just says walls, and the words are exploding from each other. Okay, so you look around. Nothing seems to look like a bomb. Right, with the slippery grip and all that. No, none of that. You don't see anything that looks like a bomb. There's certainly not a bomb-shaped package laying around. There's like nothing plugged into the walls. There's a dog that is shaped like a bomb that walks by. No, nothing like that. It looks like a very well-maintained power core in the middle of a giant skyrise building. You want to do anything else? Okay. Yeah. Yep, there is no. Yep, that You are a demolitions expert. If there were a bomb, you would at least have some sort of smell or scent of a bomb. Starring Al Pacino. Hooah! Yep. No bomb. Yeah. You know. Oh, I didn't even put you down here. Oh, sorry. This is what you should have seen. All right. Sorry, is there anything, now that you can see it, is there anything you wanted to do, or you good? All right. All right, you're back. Anything anybody else wants to do? I mean, they might have self-preservation logic. He just looks at you angrily. Yeah. That was intimidating. Intimidation for sure. Whoa, 29. It says, all droids on FONDOR have self-preservation measures. Wait, okay, you're pulling all three of them out? Yep. The ancient lightsaber hilt that you took from Deathstick, or okay, you push her to the ground. How close is she to you? Let's think. All right, well, it extends and falls at your feet, and it is a light whip. It is a red light whip. Let's see, actually. I'm gonna roll a reaction. Would he know any of this? No. No, and he thinks it is a Tapani thing because he knows light foils. And so he says, I knew it. New Republic was always in league with the Tapani sector and not looking out for Fondor's best interests. That's why I proposed a new way that Fondor is for Fondor. It's like, I never did that. Are you gonna try whipping with it? She's pretty freaked out. She's on the ground, right? She kind of rolls over and tries to run away. All right, well, I feel like we're about to enter combat for real. So maybe. Let's get nuts. I love how you're like, well, there's no combat. Let's force combat. But as slow as possible. So I'm gonna just extend this lightsaber and see what happens. Yeah, okay. Now that's fighting words, apparently. Okay, great. Well, how dare you assume? Just because my badge says representative of New Republic. Could be all the evil lightsabers you're holding. All right, so I think we call it there here. This has been an interesting. I love all the actual role playing we've been doing in this one. I think it's been a lot of fun. But I think we pause it here because it's getting late, right? What is it for everyone? Is it 11:20? Yeah, I feel like if we start combat usually lasts like an hour on average or later. So maybe we pause it here and then pick it up in 2 weeks. And then depending on what happens, that might be the final chapter in the FONDOR diplomatic, quote unquote, diplomatic gala arc. But to be fair, I did try to make this. Yeah, I mean, I wanted it to be like, hey, there's not a good solution here, but I rolled for different people's reactions, and Allard just keeps making horrible decisions. My favorite thing was looking at our wiki and being like, okay, what is Grant's stats for Brawling Party? Oh, 96? Well, that is crazy. All right, well, I will let's stop the recording here. And let's see, that's the end of it.